Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Madison Charlton from MLC Tech, and oh, what could have been. Now, Steam is, as we all know today, is the dominant force in the PC gaming industry, boasting millions of users, tens of thousands of games, and more than $10 billion in annual revenue. Now, imagine for a split second that you've been in a coma for the past 20 years and you've woken up in a bad dream where instead of Valve running the enormously large platform and successful online games platform we have today, it had been Blizzard. Now, as much as a bad dream that actually sounds, it could have actually happened. However, executives decided to turn against the idea of doing just that and decided not to turn Battle.net into a third-party game store many years before Steam came onto the scene. So sit back and relax as we dive into the story of how Blizzard could have been the Steam of today. And now the revelation that Blizzard could have potentially taken on Valve's position in the PC gaming industry was revealed in a new book by renowned game journalist Jason Schreier. The name of this book being called Play Nice, The Rise and Fall and Future of Blizzard Entertainment. Now, as reported by PC Gamer, Schreier writes that several years before Valve moved Steam out of beta, that being on September 12th, 2003, like I said, I would have been a baby. Which was also not long after MySpace launch, which just puts into context just how long Steam has actually been around for. Way before my time. And now a Blizzard programmer named Patrick Watt and others pitched an idea to the bosses, their idea to turn Battle.net into a digital storefront featuring a variety of PC games, and not just titles exclusive to Blizzard, and then later what would become Activision Blizzard. And now Mike O'Brien, who was the engineer who pitched and built Battle.net as a free online multiplayer service for Blizzard titles, and he himself really liked the idea. But of course, the company's executives, which have been the massive plague of Blizzard, though I'm not too familiar with the state of the company back in 2003, at the time weren't convinced and rejected the proposal. Looking back at things, I'm sure those executives are really kicking themselves. Now, Battle.net itself is much older than Steam and was actually launched on December 31st, 1996, a few days before the original Diablo was released. However, it is important to note that O'Brien Watt and programmer Jeff Strain left Blizzard in 2000 over a disagreement about the direction of Warcraft 3 was heading, and instead decided to found ArenaNet, which was the developer of Guild Wars. Blizzard and Battle.net are staples of the PC community when it comes to famous titles such as the World of Warcraft series, Overwatch, and then eventually Call of Duty when they merged with Activision. So they already have a very solid foot in terms of the install base on people's PCs. However, it would be interesting to know how things would have turned out had the service of Battle.net started selling games not only from Blizzard themselves, but also from every other third-party developer for the PC at the time, almost 7 years before Steam launched. Now, while Blizzard would have definitely made an even larger amount of money than they already had at the time if it launched a pre-Steam online games storefront. However, I have to admit, it's hard to imagine a version of Battle.net being more successful than Valve's Behemoth, because it's not just about, oh, I can make this piece of software and have all the functions and stuff. It's also about the ethical treatment of how Valve has gone about their company as a whole and how they've handled the storefront. Given all the controversies surrounding Blizzard, I strongly think it would have been a state where, they would have been the next Ubisoft launcher or EA Games launcher, which have proven to not be so successful and has seen EA and Ubisoft come back to Steam just because of how great Steam actually is. People want a good platform that actually has good features and and actually supports the PC gaming community. The current state of Blizzard, I can't comment on how they were back in 2003, but I certainly know in the later years they were, investors revenue first, opposed to building up the actual respect of the PC community, which is how Steam has actually been able to maintain and attract a lot of their user base to begin with. But I have to admit, if Blizzard was the big behemoth and the mainstay platform for PC gaming, I would probably be very concerned, and quite frankly, PC gaming would probably be in a pretty dire strait right now. Blizzard as a company as a whole is going through some difficulties at the moment, so quite frankly, I'm glad they're not the number one storefront in the world, though with them being swamped up by Xbox recently. I strongly do believe that Battle.net and Blizzard are going in the direction of merging directly with Xbox Game Services entirely, and I do predict that going forward in the future, Blizzard games will be exclusively on Xbox launcher. But as we all know, and Blizzard has actually made 2 steps recently, and where the actual money and player base is, and that is on Steam. I can imagine, maybe not in the next couple years, but definitely in the next 10 years, that Battle.net as a launcher will be retired and will just be merged into Xbox and also Steam as a whole. But who knows, I could be very wrong on that prediction. But I'm sure Blizzard executives are probably kicking themselves. For example, Steam recently broke its concurrent user record yet again, attracting 38.3 concurrent users. Not total users, that's concurrent, which... yeah, that is very impressive. And quite frankly, Blizzard, we're probably looking at 38.3 billion and thinking loot boxes, well actually no, not anymore, but battle passes, milk. Okay, I probably shouldn't do that in video. Someone's going to clip that out of context. But anyway, Blizzard would have definitely wanted to milk that in a very unethical way, which is why I'm very glad Valve is in the position of running Steam and not Blizzard. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. If you like this video in any way, shape or form, make sure to give this video a like and maybe subscribe for more content like this in the future. Thank you once again for watching today's video, and I hope to see you in another one soon. Goodbye for now.